Hey, what is up everybody? Today I got a fun one for my coffee and tea lovers out there. Today we're taking a look at the Ember Mug 2.
Okay.
The Ember Mug is essentially a smart mug that you can connect to your phone and set a desired temperature that you want your drink to be, so your coffee and tea can actually be kept at that desired temperature for up to 90 minutes. I gotta say, this is definitely one of those things that you don't think that you would ever really need, but let me tell you, this mug is actually really sweet, and let me actually go through what really sets this aside from a regular old coffee mug. So in the box you get the Ember Mug, the wireless charging coaster, the power cord to plug the coaster in, and a quick start guide. The mug comes in two different sizes, a 10 ounce and a 14 ounce version, and comes in a black or white. Although if you go with the 10 ounce option, it does have a gray option as well. And then they do have a new metallic collection. You will be paying a little bit more money for those ones, but I'll pop them up on the screen if you want to see those. They're pretty cool. Now me, I went with the 14 ounce option. I personally didn't think that the 10 ounce would be big enough. Where it might be fine for some people, I like to have a little more coffee in the morning than that without having to refill my cup every 20 to 30 minutes. The setup for the Ember Mug out of the box is extremely easy. You just download the Ember app on your smartphone and follow the on-screen directions. Once you're all set up in the app, you get a pretty simple app user experience. The main screen will show you a temperature gauge that you can scroll left or right. That goes from 120 to 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 to 62.5 Celsius, which I'd say is a pretty good range overall unless you like to drink coffee or tea that's gonna scald and melt your tongue off. Then it might not get hot enough for you, but basically I've tested the highest temperature and it is very, very hot. You can personalize the indicator light on the front of the mug to several different RGB options. This light lets you know when your drink has reached the set temperature that you wanted. You can also set the brightness of the light, switch the temperature units in-app, and see your current battery life of your cup. Now honestly, before I bought this mug, my first thoughts were, who wants to basically pour their coffee or tea, go into an app, set a specific temperature every single time you go and get a drink? It sounds kind of annoying, I guess. But to my surprise, that actually wasn't the experience that I had at all with it. So basically, once you set your main temperature the first time, like once you find your perfect temperature that you like, for instance, mine is 127 degrees Fahrenheit for coffee, you basically don't ever have to use the app again unless you want to reset the temperature or change the indicator light. So it actually is smart enough to know when you put your liquid in there, and it automatically starts heating it to that set temperature without having to go into the app and resetting it every single time. So realistically, once that is found, you don't have to use the app at all. Which to me, this made this extremely convenient to use on an everyday basis. Now, going back to battery life, the same way that the cup knows there's liquid in it, it also knows when the liquid is gone from it, so it automatically shuts off to preserve battery life. And then earlier I mentioned as well that you can heat your drink for up to 90 minutes. Now the way that's gonna break down is the 90 minutes is gonna be for the 10 ounce option, and then if you go with that bigger 14 ounce option, it actually is up to 80 minutes to keep your beverage warm. And then of course, once it's dead, you just toss it back on the wireless charging dock, so there's nothing you have to plug into the mug directly, and you also don't have to like swap out batteries or anything, which is really nice. And then it's also important to note, this is not dishwasher safe at all. So if you don't like hand washing things, this is probably not the mug for you, although you can submerge it up to a meter deep. So as far as getting it wet, that's not a big deal at all. Yeah, so overall I think the Ember Mug does what it's advertised to do, and it does it really well. And it is really convenient now that I've been using it for a couple months to be able to just set my coffee down and come back to it, 10, 15 minutes later, and it's still at the perfect temperature. Now, of course, with any product, there is going to be negatives with it, and the biggest flaw of the Ember Mug 2 is going to be the price. This mug is extremely expensive. The 10 ounce version is going to come in at $99, and then the 14 ounce version is going to come in at a whopping $130. Yeah, you heard me right, $130 for a coffee mug. And then the metallic ones that I mentioned earlier, those are even more expensive. Those are going up to $150 for the 14 ounce option. So it's literally crazy. Now, I do not want to discredit Ember, as I do think that the mug is a very premium feeling ceramic mug, and it does the job well. It does exactly what it says it's going to do. It does it very, very well. But I do think that this price point is going to be a deal breaker for a lot of people. And then my only other concern is for people out there that drink coffee or tea throughout the entire day. Basically, they run out of their coffee or tea and they refill it almost immediately. Now, this isn't, with the restricted battery life, going to be probably the best option for you, as after 80 or 90 minutes, you're going to maybe get like 1 or 2 glasses in. But I guess to combat that a little bit, you can set the cup directly onto the wireless charging coaster, and it will keep your drink hot indefinitely. So at that point, you don't even need to worry about timing. But if it's not convenient for you to like set it on to that wireless charging pad every time, I mean, might be a deal breaker for you. But yeah, that is all I got for you guys on the Ember Mug 2. Let me know down below what you think of this mug, if it's something you'd ever pay that much money to pick up. Other than that, make sure to go check out our description. All our social medias are linked there. It is a great way to know when our new content is coming out and a good way to contact us if you need to, or just to interact with our, fun, silly things we like to post. And once again, my name is Brendan, and if you want to see anything from tech, games, movies, to literally anything nerdy in between, make sure to subscribe to Digital Cynics. Peace.